Meow, Huples cat. Having a break from COVID-19, but continue with the medical theme. When I ordered my goggles for COVID-19 for work use, because I work in a hospital, I actually noticed they had two small little medical kits, and I have never really bought a small medical kit. These are for single person, one day use, I guess, if you're going on a small walk. And I thought I'd get them and open them up and show you them, because it's always kind of fun to see what's in a kit before you buy it, because the pictures and the instructions you get online for stuff like this is pretty bad, and I can tell you what I think of what's in the kits. In terms of pre-made kits, I think Adventure Medical Kit is always a good idea. This is the Canadian version because it actually has it in Le Français. This was, I believe, $9.95 Canadian, so that's about $6.50, $7 American. Who knows what in English, maybe someone can tell me. The other kit I got was a lot cheaper, and I probably would never buy something like this, but I'd get it if it was given to me for free. It's actually a trusted name, the Canadian Red Cross Personal First Aid Kit, also in Le Français. So what's in the kits? I think that's always an interesting thing. We'll see what the instructions say, and then we'll see what we feel about it, shall we? So the first off is the Trousse Médicale 3, and you can actually get refills for this, which is always a useful thing to do. Probably would have been cheaper buying the refill, but I didn't see that for sale. And what is in it? This first aid kit is not meant to be a substitute for seeking professional medical care. Review contents of kit and instructions before using. Obtain training on first aid and CPR. Well, that's a good idea, isn't it? What it claims it has in it is the following items. So I am aware that some people don't actually watch my videos, they just listen to them. So for Tyler of Let's Talk About Prepping But Don't Watch It, I will now put up a nice few pictures. So it's claiming to be ultralight and watertight. Could well be. There is butterfly closure fabric adhesive bandage, easy bandage, fabric bandage, knuckle fabric, sterile gauze, tape, yard, safety pin, after bite, and sting relief, antiseptic wipe, and moleskin pre-cut. I don't actually have much moleskin. I don't actually buy it. I think I bought 1 or 2 packs when it was really on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart. But I know it's a lot of use out of moleskin and people like it. I don't really ever have blisters or problems with my feet. I'm kind of blessed that way. So it is reasonably watertight. There is 2 attachment points, so you can put it like that, or you can put it to a bag or whatever. Nice yellow colour. Zip. I would say this would be water resistant. You probably could put it in water and see what happens to it. Maybe it will. Okay, it's hard to get the stuff out and it's all loose. So again, with any of these kits, I suspect the Red Cross one's the same. Get a couple of pairs of vinyl gloves and put them in the top of this so you're not actually contaminating the stuff with your bleeding hands. So I was quite happy to get this. 3 after bite, not going to do much for you, but if you've got an insect bite, they're valuable. The usual thick alcohol pads, yeah, these are very good, and they can clean up a superficial one pretty easily. Christmas, oh, a Ziploc bag. This is the waterproof bag. This is water resistant. Good idea to Ziploc all your kits, really. You can never have too many bags, because you can always fill these with water and put them in the sun for a day or 2 and they'll be fine. I'm just going to pick up the stuff I dropped. For $10 Canadian, I kind of expected more. There's 3 decent sized nappy pins, which are useful for what exactly? I guess making your own triangular bandage out of your t-shirt, because there's no triangular bandage. So this is more an adventure kit. There is tape. This is not great tape, this is not cheap tape, so this will work reasonably well. I imagine you're going to have to reapply it a few times. A tiny little piece of gauze, very superficial, bleeding only. Instructions, which are good. Actually there's a second piece of tiny gauze, and that's not enough. Even for a day hike, you want a good solid couple of pads. If you're going to fall and cut yourself, you're going to bleed heavily. You need both to put one on to stop it bleeding, and then you need to put a big thick one on later on. So I can register my kit. Where I do that? Oh, I get updates, wilderness travel, and alerts on promotions. So it's kind of a sale thing, but they are claiming they're giving you help. And there's an emergency contact there. Dear adventurer, congratulations on your adventure medical kit's purchase. Be sure to familiarise yourself with your kit. Yeah, this is still good advice. You should open your kits and use them beforehand. Little butterfly bandage, they're really useful. There's actually another one of them. I would expect there to be 5 or 6 in this kit. I think I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be disappointed. The bandages are fairly cheap generic, and there is 3 knuckle bandages, which is good. And then there's 5 normal regular bandages. And last but not least is what she's spending the money for, I guess, is the moleskin. So what do I think of that? Even for a day hike, you need to have an ace or a tensor bandage, preferably 2. Sprains and breaks are going to be the major thing that's going to stop you being able to leave, right? And you really need to be able to splint, that sort of things. Even a wrist splint can be really traumatic in a trail if you're trying to move with it and it's hurting all the time. The other thing that I definitely would put in is a triangular bandage. They're always useful to have. And what else is missing? Well, scissors, a small pair of scissors would be good to cut the moleskin. And what I would also recommend you do is that you would put a little Bic lighter in there. And the reason for that is because if you want to pop your blisters, you can really heat the nappy pins, the safety pins up, and let it cool down, and then slide it into both sides one at a time with the blister and let it just gently exclude the fluid in the blister, and then cover that blister with the moleskin. Don't ever take the skin off blisters. Alright, it's a cheaper, bigger cousin. This would be waterproof. I'm going to open it so it will no longer be waterproof. I do like the fact that Adventure Medical Kit tells you to deal with it and look at it beforehand. Okay, again, really stuffed kit. What's in this kit? A pamphlet marked Securium. Securium is actually French for first aid. And this is hilarious. There's pictures. You know what? I mean, for people who have no idea, this is the French side. It doesn't actually tell me a heck of a lot how to deal with each of these problems. Get training. What else is in this? Much thinner afterbite than the Adventure Medical. 2 of them very small. They wouldn't go very far. They're very thin. They have the same pads, which is okay. And they have tape. And this is red tape. And it's the fabric tape. It's almost none of it. There's hardly any in these rolls. Oh, space. But yeah, I like that. That'd be great for making a knuckle bandage, like a finger splint. Like that. What else? Oh, here we go. They actually have vinyl gloves. All kits should have these, and they should always be on the very top or the outside of the packaging, and it should be the first thing you put on. So yeah, marks to them for putting that in. What else? Okay. So there is Red Cross padding, and this is basically hospital manufacturer with their own names on. It's only again 2 small ones, but they rank higher, even though they were $3 Canadian cheaper, because they actually put a small gauze in. Abdominal pads, ABD pads we call them in the trade, and that little blue line there, for the people who've ever seen these, is actually radio opaque. So if I accidentally stuff your wound with one of these and leave it in, X-ray can find it. There you go. And what's this? Quick bandage. There's 10 bandages in this. Now that's useful. Now the bandages, I'm telling you right now, aren't great quality, but they're not bad. Overall, I rate the Wilderness Trail one a fail, and I would get the Canadian one and I would buy a moleskin and put it in and a couple of pads. And that's Becky. So toodles for me, take it easy. So that was the first video I did of this, and I thought I'd lost it and I hadn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put up this video, which is me opening them, not knowing what's in the kits, and then a second video which is pretty much going through the kits again, so you may want to fast forward through that. but I have a few things I have to say about kits, and I also combined the two kits for my use. So look out for the second video. That was a Bad Terrier 2022 production. Say hi, Becky.